Make sure we get them paid off and get this thing behind you guys. So, like, what's the most important thing to you in this whole transaction?
That my wife is happy.
There you go. Number one answer.
That's the best.
Well, that's my goal, to make the wife happy. What they say, happy wife, happy life.
That's it.
Yes, sir. So yeah, I want to make her happy too. So
51 years. So
51 years. Wow.
Yeah. That's another reason why we're just tired of driving back and forth to St. Louis and all that kind of good stuff.
Well, what if I
live up there in the area?
Yeah.
Okay.
What if I told you never had to come back to St. Louis again unless you wanted to? Can you hear me? I don't know. If you don't know who I am by now, I don't know what you've been doing. You've been asleep? Let me wake you up with something. Straight up. Yeah. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm Chris Monroe. R to the O-E. I flip houses, rent cars, and make money. You know I'm not no motherfucker dummy. This how we do. How to use it or you lose it. Let's see what I got here. I'm finna try to call them people back right quick. Hopefully they can answer that phone. And we can save them from losing their home. All right, let me see if I can get them on the phone again. We're halfway through the 48 laws, but I should be able to get them back on the phone because it's definitely been 30 minutes.
Hello?
Hey, this is Chris calling you back. Is now a better time?
Yes.
Yeah, how you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Good, good.
Who is this?
This is Chris. I was referred over to you about your house in Arnold.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah, he told me to call Pamela, or I guess, are you the one handling it, or?
Well, that's my wife.
Oh, okay. Good, good. So yeah, so you are looking to sell the property there on 5 Oaks, correct?
Right.
Okay. And then what? How much you think you want to get for it?
She hasn't really decided, but you know, are you an investor or a real estate agent?
I'm a cash buyer. I make it easy for people to sell their property regardless of the situation.
Okay. Well, it's a long story and everything, but I'd say probably the best thing for you to do, Chris, is just shoot me the best numbers you can get, and I'll run it by her and see what she thinks. We've got some other investors that are doing the same. So, you know, it's a weird situation. Long story short, it's not, we're 6 hours away from it. And so it's just really not something we want to deal with a whole lot. And we've already put a lot of time into it because probate had so much trouble. There was one error we couldn't find, all that kind of stuff. So it's taken a long time. And so put it this way, we're motivated sellers.
Okay.
You know, I've had a real estate agent come through and sort of give me a valuation of what they think they could do, you know, on a fairly quick sale. But
yeah, because he told me something about an auction coming up here in a few weeks. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
See, because we met with a lawyer in September, and we finally got the authority last week to do something with the property, and she had reverse mortgaged it. And so that reverse mortgage went into what do you call it? Not default. I mean, it is a default, but
So they're foreclosing because of the reverse mortgage.
Right, foreclosure. That's the word I was talking about. So they're foreclosing because of the reverse mortgage thing, which doesn't really seem fair to me because we did everything they wanted us to do, but when I'd send it in, letter of intent, signs in the yard, different things like that, then they'd ask us to do that, and we'd do it, and then they would kick it back and say, well, you really don't have authority to do this, which we didn't, because probate hadn't opened, and probate opened last week, but
well, we kind of specialize in these types of situations, probate. So you said she's already been appointed the personal representative for this estate?
Yes, she's the executor now.
Okay,
so
perfect.
She has the authority to do whatever she wants to do.
Even better. And then when is the auction set for?
3/26.
Oh wow, yeah, we got to get moving then. Not too far away. Yeah. And so tell me about the condition of the house.
They were smokers, so it would need. I have men. I'm a pastor, and pastor church here, and I have men that do this here. We live in the Huntsville, Alabama area.
Oh, okay.
And so I have men that do this in the church. Of course, they're not interested in something 6 hours away. But, from what I've talked to them about, they'd say, well, you can pull all the carpet out, and you're going to have to put a coat of paint on it, And that's about it. Now, if you want to sell it for premium dollars, usually a situation like this, I would see them probably update the fixtures in the bathroom, in the kitchen. But the house is in pretty good shape. It's a little larger than most of them in that subdivision, and it's got a full deck across the back that's in good shape. And so structurally, it's fine. There's nothing that needs to be fixed structurally. I don't even think it needs any sheetrock work anywhere. It just needs to be repainted, recarpeted, get the smoke smell out of it.
Yeah.
And it's ready to go.
And you said they, so what is it, like tenants in there or family members? Is somebody living there now?
No, nobody's in it now.
Okay, so it's vacant. Now. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So
she died. That's what's unfortunate about and that's why I say it's a long story. My wife, that was her biological mother, but she was raised by her grandmother, so they weren't that close. There was a half sister that her mother, raised, and so that was more of her daughter. But she died a couple of years ago, and so that made Pam the only, sibling that she had. And so we didn't know her that well. We knew her, and over the last 6 months of her life, she probably got a little closer to us. But she didn't handle her finances real well or anything like that. So she did the reverse mortgage, and so she was dead. Nobody was in charge of the probate because nobody had authority yet. And so we couldn't make any payments. We couldn't send any money, and they foreclosed on it anyway. And now they want to do a sale. And I probably could get my lawyer to push that sale off, But to be honest, we're all just sort of tired of dealing with it.
Yeah, it can drain you for sure. Like I say, we specialize in this. And I tell people, the sooner you get connected with me, I can take that burden off your hands and get all this resolved for you pretty easily. So we work with the trustee for the bank or whatever's going on with them. Make sure we get a good payoff. Make sure we get them paid off and get this thing behind you guys. So, what's the most important thing to you in this whole transaction?
That my wife is happy.
There you go. Number one answer.
That's the best.
Well, that's my goal, to make the wife happy. What they say, happy wife, happy life.
That's it.
Yes, sir. So yeah, I want to make her happy too. So
51 years. So
51 years. Wow.
Yeah. That's another reason why we're just tired of driving back and forth to St. Louis and all that kind of good stuff.
Well, what if I
live up there in the area?
Yeah.
Okay.
What if I told you never had to come back to St. Louis again unless you wanted to?
That would probably sound pretty good.
Okay, we're going in the right direction. Are you still in town now, or are you already gone back?
No, I'm in Alabama right now. Well, okay. I'm actually in Tennessee. I own a house in Smakers in Tennessee, but the church I pastor is in Alabama.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, that's the good thing about this. You don't have to come back to St. Louis for anything unless there's something here you wanted. We can do the whole deal for you, as long as we can agree on a price that makes sense for you guys. I know you said you got an auction coming up. We would do something to either close prior to the auction or have the auction postponed so that we can close. We can do that, and it costs you nothing out of pocket. We do all that basically for you. We just try to make sure that we solve all your problems. Any other concerns or anything in regards to selling the house?
No, not really. I mean, personally, I wish we'd just postpone the sale and list it and get more money out of it, of course. But that's not that important. We just recently, I've been in this church for 31 years now, and we just recently transferred our home into our name, so our retirement is set with what we're sitting on here. Mm-hmm. We've got a nice home on 36 acres, and so it's not about the money, and she's not about the money. She could care less about the money, but it's been an aggravation. We'd like to get enough money to sort of make our aggravation worth it, and then to like we've been paying the even though we didn't have authority, we've been paying the electric bills and the water bills and the sewer bill and all that kind of stuff since September. So of course we want to recoup all that too, and it'd be nice to have a little pocket change to go do something we want to do.
For sure. Yeah. So what would that number be to make the wife happy?
I really don't know. I probably should have known that, but I just haven't really sat down.
Is she around now, or where's she at?
She's in there fixing supper for some grandkids.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. What do you think the house is worth?
Well, I'm pulling it up. Let me pull it up here online here. See if I can find some comps. Okay. So you say the house is going to need a little bit of updating. So typically, just so you know what we do, we usually go in and fix everything. We want to make the house in perfect condition. We make sure that there was no evidence of any smoking, pets, anything. When we get finished with it, it'll look like a brand new house. So we have to account for that just to be, so you know what you're dealing with. We take the house as is, which makes it easy for you. Like I said, you won't have to come back to St. Louis for anything. And
there's a car we've got to pick up and a couple of things out of the garage. Other than that, there's nothing there that anybody. I've got 5 kids, 19 grandkids, but there's nothing there that anybody wants.
Right. And we can even help you coordinate that stuff as well. So like say if you're not here and you do sell the house to us, we can help you coordinate some of that so that you don't have to deal with, the logistics of moving a car, storing the stuff. We can get it moved off to a storage facility or something for you as well. We try to make it a pretty much a clean, easy service working with us.
That sounds good.
Yeah. So I see some houses selling over there in the 250, 260 range. I see a few that might have went a little more, but I don't know what they did to that. And that's in perfect condition. So, I mean, if we were to buy it, I can't tell you the exact number right now because I don't know the exact repairs it needs, but we'd probably be in the mid ones. So somewhere around there, and that would be a cash deal. I mean, what do you think she would say to something like that?
Ken, you think we could do 170?
170. Oh, you had a number all along. I gotta watch you. You're good. Can you come help me buy some more houses? Because you're pretty good at this.
I advise 2 or 3 real estate. I got one guy that's got like 80 or 90 apartments. And, got some that flip several hundred houses a year.
So you're good in this real estate business already, huh?
Not really, but I had to know a little bit. I didn't know when I signed on to be a pastor, I'd had to be a lawyer and a real estate and an executor and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I meant to ask you, how was service? How was service today?
It was great. It was great. We had man church Saturday night, and that was great. Had 2 saved there. I think 1 or 2 saved today in church. So church is growing. I brought my son, my youngest son, on as my co-pastor now.
Oh, that's
so
good.
He does Sunday morning. Yeah, it's going great. We just had to get rid of the pews and go to chairs so we can get some more seats in there. And so it's on fire.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fun.
Well, that's good.
I'm enjoying it. I'm getting to see. I've been like that. I've been here 31 years, so I'm getting to see kids that I held in the hospital do work. You know. So
really?
That's great.
Since they were a baby, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So I'm thinking here, you know, to be honest with you, we probably will not be the highest price, just to be straightforward, but we will make this an easy sell for you guys. And like I say, work this to make this as, you know, simple and as possible for you. So that's really what we offer, is the speed, convenience, you know, and like I said, we would do something either to close before that auction or stop the auction and close, you know, whenever title work is done. Because they got a new thing that came out today as far as title work. So they're not closing as quick as they used to. Some new FinCEN law or something like that that started today. So
wow.
We used to close in like 7 days, but you know, it might take a little longer, to be honest. But
okay.
Well,
all we have to do is get the mortgage company their money, you know, before the 26th.
Yeah, well, we can do that. That's not a problem. We wire it over the same day. I've actually stopped auctions the same day of the auction. I don't advise doing that, but we have done it in emergency situations because they could act like they didn't get the money in time and play games. You know how these people are.
Oh, yeah.
Or throw more fees
now,
on
are
there.
you from the Home Light, or are you from Kyle? I had a friend in
No, I was from Kyle.
Oh, you're from Kyle. Okay.
Yep. He sent you the best in St. Louis. I'm the one that solves a lot of problems for people, especially in foreclosure. This is what I do on a regular basis. So yes, I basically just wanted to remind everybody exactly how the Future Cash Flow Club works, because I've been getting a lot of messages like, what is that about? How does it work? It's basically a group. So you see how I do these live seller calls, things like that. You get to get all the replays for all of those. You actually can get the paperwork, purchase agreements, assignment agreements, cancellation agreements, addendums, all of that stuff that you need if you sign up for the elite package at futurecashflowclub.com. Or if easier, it's probably you can just go check it out for a free trial. Lots of goodies in there, behind the scenes stuff, actual help with your deals. If you want to communicate, say, hey, I'm stuck on a deal, I need some help, I'm looking for lenders, I'm looking for whatever, I'm a resource for you. So all you have to do is be part of the club. futurecashflowclub.com. Check it out. You got the best in the business.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I believe it. Kyle said you was good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, so
yeah, we just stopped 2 auctions last week. So yeah, we're really helping people avoid foreclosure and putting money in their pockets. So that's our claim to fame.
Okay.
All right, and so
that's good. I pastored in Cahokia, Illinois, right across the river from St. Louis for 18 years.
Oh, okay. That's good.
So I know the area, you know, fairly well. Was it accidentally entrenched into the political parties there in that area? St. Clair County in Illinois, second crookedest county in Illinois. But first fellow I led to Christ happened to be the old town constable, and he had something on everybody, so they took me in gladly.
Oh wow, well that's good. At least you had something to do, keep you out of trouble.
Oh boy, yeah, because man, they did things matter what the law said. They did what they wanted to do.
Right. And so this house here is for, what is the like HVAC and stuff? Is that stuff all working or it need to be updated, you think?
I think it's okay, and I think the roof, I think it was hit with that storm that came through St. Louis a year, 2 years ago.
Yeah, last May.
And so yeah, that's it. And so I think it got updated, and her fence and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So like I say, structurally, I've been around houses long enough to know that structurally it's good. Looks like the hot water heater and everything, is fine. So I don't think that you'd have to replace an HVAC. I don't think it all works well.
Does it have an expansion tank on the water heater?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yep, they're gonna make us do that. They're doing that on all of them now. There's a lot of new stuff coming out. They're just making us spend more money on these properties, and it's just part of the business, I guess. So I put in.
When I was a kid, I had a plumbing business.
Oh, okay.
And nowadays, plumbing is nothing like what it was when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's all different now. Everything's more complex and costs more. So
Yeah,
I'm looking at the comps here, and I'm looking at a full rehab on the property. Just to be honest, like I said, we would probably update everything in there. My system is telling me 138.
I've already been offered 150.
Oh, okay. Is there a reason you didn't take that?
Yeah, it wasn't 160.
Oh wow, it wasn't up high enough, huh? Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to give you any fluff. I know we will perform, so that's our biggest thing is make sure we avoid the auction. We make this the easiest sale you've ever done in real estate, and I don't claim to be the highest price all the time, but I will give you the best service.
Yeah. Okay, so I think the comps that the real estate agent gave us, he told me if we listed it, we could probably sell it quickly at around 275. I don't know if that's what your computer is telling you or not.
Yeah, that's in perfect condition, and that's with somebody getting a loan with the bank, and then they got to go through all the inspections, the appraisers, all of that stuff takes 30 days or 45 days by itself, and that's if that borrower doesn't do something to fall out of escrow for some reason. So yeah, if you had time to sell it, I would always say go list it and get 275 for it for sure, if it was in perfect condition. But that agent's going to tell you that because they want the listing. They're not going to tell you the truth.
Right.
They're not the real buyer. They're just going to find you a buyer, if that makes sense. So, we we tell you what we can actually do to actually solve the problem and, bring it home for you. And so our price also would cover the closing costs with title. So the number we agree to is the price you get minus whatever, is owed on that reverse mortgage. How much is still owed on the mortgage?
122.
122. Yeah. I mean,
so we're not trying to make a killing on our end, because most of it's going to finance company.
Right. Yeah. And we want to put as much as in your pocket as possible. So I understand that for sure.
Like I say, we're probably $5,000-$6,000 into paying bills,
Yeah.
for her mother.
Yeah. You want to get that money back. So, I mean, if we were,
right.
I mean, so the 138 would cover everything you need. I mean, I know it's a little less than you wanted, but it would definitely get the job done.
Okay. Well, let me think about it. You pray about it. Hey, there you go. Go talk to my boss about it for a little while.
See if she's in there. See where she's at, because I like to get this deal done because we don't have a lot of time, to be honest, with the auction people. I like to get some paperwork turned into them tomorrow so we can either at least let them know that, hey, we're buying it, stop the auction, or hey, we're planning on closing before the auction's done. Because, like I say, it takes a little, it's going to take probably that full 3 weeks to get this whole thing done with this new FinCEN law, whatever they just came up with that started today with the title companies.
Well,
Is she available?
I can say now, yeah, she's available, but I've already got an offer for 150.
Oh, okay. So you're going to go take the 150, you think?
Well, if you can't do better, I mean, I've got several calls coming in Monday, but this fella basically does the same thing you do, and he's offered 150, and he's been in the house.
Yeah.
He was the first one that showed up, and so he's been in the house, so he knows what he can and can't do. I just, boy, this is going to sound terrible. He recommended the lawyer, and things haven't gone smoothly, and so I just really, well, it's terrible for a preacher, but I'd sort of rather sell to somebody else.
Hey, I've had that feeling before too, where I'm like, I'm just not feeling this guy. I think I'll even take a little less to deal with somebody that's more palatable. So I understand fully. You know, I mean, we might be able to come up a little bit to help you guys out, but I mean, I just need to know what we can do to make this work for you guys. You know, I don't want to just, I mean, if he offered 150 and we're, around that 138, even if we came up a little bit to make it work, I mean, would that solve your guys' problem?
Chris, like I said, I'll talk to her and chew on it. I got 2 or 3 other investors supposed to call me Monday. You're Kyle's friend, so I'd rather do business with you. That's worth something to me. I've known Kyle since he was a little bitty pipsqueak. He grew up with my 2 boys.
Oh, wow. So you know a lot of people then, huh?
Oh, yeah. Like I say, I've been doing this 51 years, so it's Kyle's daddy was a good friend. And I helped him when he had the ranch out there in Missouri and everything.
Yeah.
So give me the Monday.
So
like I say, you go talk to my boss and see how much you can do.
Yeah, yeah. So check with her, see what she thinks, and I mean, I know we probably can come up a little bit, not a lot. I don't want to give you any false promises or anything because I like to be a straight shooter,
right?
Especially with a pastor. We're gonna be honest, over honest today, huh?
Well, I could tell you about all the people I've had the earth swallow up.
What number will we need to be at to get this deal done today?
I don't think there's any getting it done today, Chris. I'm just trying to be honest with you. As the husband, I need to do the best I can do for her, and I know I've got 2, maybe 3 phone calls coming in Monday.
Okay, so here's what I'll do. What was your name again?
Dr. Joaquin, J-U-A-K-E-N, Dumas, D-U-M-A-S.
Dr. Dumas, okay.
Everybody just calls me Preacher.
Preacher, okay. My favorite preacher. You're my favorite preacher today, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So here's what I would propose. Go ahead, see what they can offer you, whoever's coming along, saying what they're saying. Before you sign anything or do anything, would you at least give me a call back so we can see what we can do? Is that fair?
All right, give me that number. Give me your number. That's fair. I have no problem with that.
All right.
Give me your number.
314. Oh, have you got a pen?
Yeah.
314. That's correct. And this is Chris. I'm going to text you right after this call as well. So you have my contact information, our website, everything. So you know who you're dealing with. We're the real deal. We actually do this in real life. A lot of people claim to do it, but they don't really do it. So I just want to be, straightforward and help you guys out as much as I can.
Okay.
Other than that, Preacher, any other questions for me for today?
No, you pretty much answered it. We can get it done before the sale date. I mean, it looks like Monday's going to be decision day. So we make decision Monday. I think everybody says that they can get stuff done before 3/26.
That's what they claim until it's time to perform. I will tell you, some people tell you this stuff and they don't perform. I just tell you what we really can do. Because, see, that's the thing. So say if somebody goes in and tell you, I can give you that 160, whatever number, right? Then they find out they can't do 160 for some reason. Now you got to have a problem. You know what I mean? And so we just like to tell you the truth from the beginning and not drag you along, get your hopes up, tell you this, I can get you 275. That agent can't get you 275. That's unrealistic. Plus, they're not the buyer. Only the buyer can actually tell you.
I got a thing sitting right here on my desk. I haven't called him because I figure that's as phony as it can be. It's to Louise just right before she died, and it's from somebody that says, I give you $198,400 for your property.
I bet they will.
I think, that's going to happen.
Hey, that's some smart marketing, though. That'll get you to call them. I wouldn't do that, but I know that people do it.
Yeah, and so that was just in her mail. We get her mail now.
There you go.
I'm like, that's what do you call it? A bait and switch.
Exactly. You get them on the phone and they hit you with a bunch of fees and like Open Door and those companies, they'll charge you 5 and 6% extra points on top of closing costs and a bunch of other stuff. You're like, what is all this? We're straightforward. We're cash. We close on your timeline and make it easy for you.
All right. Well, that sounds good. Like I say, I know you're a friend of Kyle, and I'll text him when I get off here because he wanted to know. He just texted me a little while ago to find out whether or not you'd call.
Yep.
And so I'll let him know you called.
Yep. So keep my information. If you have any questions or you want to call back with the wife or whatever, anything, I'm here to help as a resource. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You have a good night. Enjoy that supper.
Yes, I will. Thanks, Chris.
All right. Have a good night. Bye-bye. So he's, let's see here. There you go. What do you think, Justin?
I think it was a great call. The guy was a little hard or whatever. We're not gonna get him every single time on the first call. You went for it. Most people don't go for it. I think you accepted he needs to talk to his wife as a valid objection or whatever. So you bent the knee to that. Obviously we don't want to.
She's the executor. We know that. Which I told you I was set up, but she got to sign. I didn't want to talk to him. I want to talk to her.
Yeah. I would have just threw out there, hey, what if your wife says no? Or what do you think she might say no to?
Mm-hmm.
I would just throw that out there, see what he thinks and stuff. Even though she's the executor, he's probably the decision maker, really. So, oh no. He's trying to make an exit on a boatload of money too, which is great. Like, dude, no, we're not gonna give you no fucking 170.
My real number was 140, but I started at 138 to give myself a little bit of room to come up if he got to that point. But evidently, you just see he didn't go to that.
And he's talking about he tried to he had somebody a contract for 150. I'm like,
so everything he just said is actually true. I already knew that. I just wanted him to tell me all of that stuff.
Yeah.
About the executive part, about the 150 offered, and you don't like the guy. I already knew all of that. I just wanted him to tell me that. So that's how I consider part of that is rapport building. Let them dump all their pain, thought, promises all on you. And the ARV on that property is 275.
If it's 275, why you going so low like that?
Because wholesale got. What's the thing we already know, Justin?
Yeah.
If you doing it, ain't never low enough. If you talking about wholesaling, I think I could sell it for 150, 160. If I was to wholesale it.
Why you didn't go for creative at all? Why you didn't push that?
Because you can't do creative on a reverse mortgage.
Oh, it's a reverse mortgage. Okay, yeah, show right.
We gotta cash them out.
Right.
Now we could short sell the reverse mortgage, take about 10% off of that. But I'm not gonna play all those cards at this point. And I don't even know if that's even possible right now because I don't know what they've said to these people or who the bank is and all of that. They could take a lesser payoff. But that's another story. What you think, Art?
I think that was a excellent call. Um, Man, that was a great call. So some of my favorite stuff about it is up front when you were asking him questions, he was not very forthcoming, and then you were able to overcome objections with him and got him to open up. You were hitting him with good open end questions. Um, Another important thing is you got down to what his real thing was on why he didn't want to sell to that other person, which is kind of like a black swan basically, because he kept on saying for 20 minutes straight, I got another offer for 150. I got one for 150. Then he finally tells you like, oh yeah, I just don't want to sell to that dude. And then that opens up the conversation even more. And then went for the close multiple times, asked him about his offers, qualified him. And then you got him down to the point where he just finally said, I'm just not making a decision tonight. And that means that you really exhausted all options at that point. I think it was a great call.
Yeah, and it's funny how he wouldn't give me a number at first. All of a sudden, he come with 170. Oh, so you did have a number.
I glitched out right before I did hear him say 170, and I heard you say that. But what did you say to before him? Did you like shoot him a low ball offer, or what was it?
Do you know what I said there, Justin? I don't remember. I said something about we're in the mid 100s or something like that, because I already knew he had an offer for 150. I said we're around the mid hundreds. I didn't give a real number at first, and then when I hit him with the number, that's when he said, I don't know how I got him to say the number. I have to listen back to the call. I'll put this up as a separate video as well for research purposes.
So yeah, that's right. When I cut out, it sounded to me you said something like that. From what I did pick up, like you made some type of like range offer or something like that, and that prompted him to say he had 170. So that's another thing. Go ahead.
That's what it was. I think I said, what is I asked him a question. I said, why haven't you sold it yet or something like that? He said, because it won 160. That was when he said after that. But before that, he said 170.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he said the other guy offered him 150, I said, why didn't you take that? Oh, it wasn't 160, but it really was something else that he didn't want to sell it to that guy, which I already knew. Everything he just told me, he didn't tell me any information I didn't know. In fact, the only thing that wasn't real forthcoming was the condition of the property. That property need more work than what he led on, which I already know. Especially if some other person is offering you 150. We know we in range. We need to be lower than that. Whatever it is, they want to be a little lower than that.
Dude, that was a great call, man. Like that call right there is I can't wait to watch the recording of it for real.
Yeah, I'll make a separate video of just this call, and he dodged out of that price too on the beginning. I didn't like that. I didn't expect that either. You need to sell. You got an auction coming up. Why are you playing? What number you need to make this deal go? And plus, I know he wasn't the decision maker because it's his wife. But he's I guess you're gonna probably do whatever he says. So that's the kind of dynamic you got to figure out when you got multiple decision makers like that. Who's the power broker? Who's the one that's gonna say yes, no, do this, honey, or whatever? Because I've actually bought houses where the property was in the son's name. So I had a dude selling me a house down in Lee May. He said, my son will do whatever I tell him. I was like, oh, damn. And his son did whatever he told him. His son signed that paper, and we bought the house and got that little $7,000 wholesale deal, $38,000 deal. So this was a couple of years ago, but I remember that. I was like, man, and this was a foreign guy, so he wasn't even from here.
Yeah, my current sub too. That's how that was too. I had gotten in contact with the parents on accident because that's what the number that got kicked to me on the skip trace, and that's the same thing the dad told me. My son gonna do whatever I say, so I had to basically close the dad out, and then the son was just like, yeah.
So that's the thing too. So hopefully he can relay all this for me. But in real life, I prefer to have the husband and the wife on the phone because I got questions for both of them, and she might slip up and say something. To mess the deal up. He's a negotiator, as you can tell. So, it's cool. I didn't expect to get it on the first call, and I prefer them to do all their research and come back to me. Because when they come back, they're ready to go. What's the email address? Where I seem to send this contract to?
Quality conversations, man.
Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Any other questions, comments, concerns in regards to that call? Because we about to land. It's way past my bedtime. Justin over there finna put his head on the desk like he in school back in the day.
Thanks for sticking it out and making that call, Chris. That was amazing.
Oh yeah. At 10 o'clock at night, who stays up late making a call?
Real ones.
The real one. It don't matter, 7 days a week, even in your sleep. So we will catch you on the next one. Do what you do, be who you be, and I'll see you before you see me.
So I want to get into real estate, but don't know where to start.
Well, what I would say is to join the Future Cash Flow Club. It's a community of investors where we talk about wholesaling, we talk about creative deal structuring, buying houses subject to, all of the creative stuff that everybody's talking about. You don't need a real estate license or any of that.
Wow, where do I sign up?
Well, I would say go to futurecashflowclub.com. That's futurecashflowclub.com. You can even get a free trial. Try it out today. I don't know what you've been doing. You been asleep? Let me wake you up with something. Straight up. Yeah. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm Chris Monroe. R to the O-E. I flip houses, rent cars, and make money. You know I'm not no motherfucker dummy. This how we